Congress Party bra Nagaland di district tour laka behla face kutum hua upar Kohima de February 22 de press conference t-shirt. Press conference di AICC laka secretary in charge per janai shigi tour do February 18 ber shuru kurikna February 22 tak lushe kude join the district kan visit kurisha aroi dukan to parent Dimapur Woka Mokokchong Bek aro Kohima tagisha. Secretary in charge per janai shigi tour jahomoi state the political issues di bishi focus kurikna Socio-economic issues na saigna taka tigipaisha detail sabo.
Today's PC was called by our AICC secretary in culmination of these two programs. I am sure he has a lot to share with you. So without further ado, I'm handing over the mic.
We have completed our first phase of covering 6 districts in Nagaland. Starting on 18th from Peren, then Dimapur, then we went to Woka, Mokokchung, then yesterday we completed Pek and today we ended up with Kohima. So 6 districts we have really completed, sitting and discussing with the district presidents and the district office bearers, the assembly coordinators and the PCC members, along with the Youth Congress and the Mahila Congress. There has been an overwhelming response from our office bearers, and they are quite enthusiastic to have a AICC functionary visit the districts, observe what is there in the grassroots level. And they also shared what are the different challenges that they are facing, both internally and externally, when they are touring within their assemblies and the districts. And we have been very much fortunate to have the PCC president, who is also the member of the parliament from Nagaland, be with us for all the 6 districts, and his presence has also really motivated many of the youth in these districts and the Mahila in the districts, because this is the first time they are meeting him personally after becoming the member of the parliament. I have some few observations as an external person who has toured in the 6 districts. The first one is that we, as people of Nagaland, we have been too much focusing, or we have really focused only on the political issue. But the socio-economic aspects of the rural, particularly the rural Nagaland, has not been very much focused. And throughout all the discussions, the subject is focused only on the political issue. Their issues are primarily more of a socio-economic issue. Unemployment is ramped, so there is a lot of migration which we find in most of these districts, and the basic facilities are very much missing in many of these districts. There are roads. Roads are a very big issue. I should tell you that personally I have been driving so that I could have a feel of the roads. For any state, there are certain basic indicators of development, and roads is one of the most important indicator connecting different cities, towns and villages. If the roads are really bad, it is a strategic way of excluding certain districts or excluding certain communities to have access to certain facilities in the capital. And I find that the political leadership today in Nagaland is not much focusing on these socio-economic factors. These aspects are increasing the pressure on the household, increasing the pressure on the women particularly, because the livelihood has become very complicated just because of the political issue. Talking only about the political issue. In the last 10 months, he has been extensively traveling across the state That's the feedback that I've got from the districts. And he has been also meeting different categories of the Naga community, people here. And he is trying to grasp, understand, and also voice these issues in the parliament. And this tour for all of us has set the stage or set the political platform for Congress party for the 2028 elections. And in the next tour, we are likely to encourage more amount of youngsters and women to participate and share their views also, because they are equally taking the burden of running the families at the grassroots level. And I am once again thankful for the media friends who have given us a good amount of coverage in all the districts. And I once again thank the working president, Mr. Kiridi, who has been kind enough to schedule this tour and make sure that we meet the right people at the district level. And I once again thank the PCC president and the member of the parliament.
The chairs, the visitors, everything. Now it is affecting. And then the establishing, recognizing the trade center is meaningless. So we are carrying all those reasons, and then requesting our central government to relax, even to abolish even the issuing of that. But as of now, maybe this is a temporary arrangement where the need to control the situations, but for us, it will not make any sense. So we are requesting that instead of imposing or issuing the basket in the border areas, there is alternative ways to arrange and strengthen the securities. So we are trying to plead with the government. We have 12 TCCs. So we have divided into six each, A zone and B zone. And A zone is in charge of our working personnel secretary, Tino, and then the B zone is in charge of Sia Buktal. Now we have completed the A zone. The more observations has made by the administrator in charge of the A zone. I think he can explain to you.
Regarding the touring, it was based on the roadmap which was submitted to the AICC and got the endorsement from Rahul Gandhi that he has agreed to the roadmap, and we have complied accordingly this time of our touring and meeting the party people in all at the district levels. Our main duty was to identify the party leaders and the party workers who are still active in the party, and those committed, dedicated party workers, leaders, we have met and we have shared some of the points which concerns the party strengthening. That is regarding about to maintain unity and then to uphold secularism, because Nagaland being a Christian state, our secularism also is no more in the constitution, and this protects the Christian community. We are minority in the country when it goes to our religion as a Christian. So it is only the Congress party which upholds the principle of secularism, and with that the unity of India also is been there. So with and other relevant issues regarding how to strengthen the party in Nagaland, because we have been in opposition for more than 20 years, and now with the result of the last parliamentary election, how people have voted for the Congress candidate and how the Congress candidate has been elected, we would see that people want a change of government, change of leadership in the state. So we have the roadmap has given certain issues in which the party has to.
Of course, Congress is is the oldest party globally, and in this 140, 38, 40, 39, 40 years, 140 years, we have gone through a lot of ups and downs. And we are, for the last decade, we are in a great process of transition. And we do have these issues reflecting on the electoral results. But you can, like what you said, we have 0 MLAs here. Before 23, 24 also we had 0 MLAs. And now we have a MP. And it is primarily because of the people of Nagaland wanted a change and they have voted for Congress this time. And we have an MP here. In spite of we not having a robust organization. So, similarly, in states like Haryana, by a little margin, we have missed forming the government in terms of votes. And we do have organizational issues in various states. But let me also tell you that Congress as a party has been always winning primarily because of the Congress idea, which is much bigger than the Congress party organization. Party organization is one of the main pillars supported by various other non-party organizations. So, we are working on bringing back the organization on track in various states. And of course, after the Delhi election results, there has been a big revamp as far as the AICC office bearers are concerned, in charges are concerned. And that is why we have a new in charge here also for Nagaland to start with, with a different, fresh approach. So our new in charge, our MP is Saptagiri Ulakaji, will be coming here on the 5th, and he will be once again meeting all the office bearers of Nagaland PCC. And we are trying to set the organization, reset the organization for Nagaland to raise up our numbers from 0 to a good number of MLAs. That they will also make sure that you have something in front of you, but you can never take anything out of it. That's the strategy of BJP, and they do it in a very smart way in fooling around the people. So, first of all, the main culprit is the central government, and secondly, you have a state government which is very much hungry, taking out their flesh. So, you have two partners who are not interested about the development of the people of Nagaland. In India, we have 65% of the population below 40 years. So, we are a young nation, and Nagaland is equally a young state with a greater younger population. What is the vision for the youth for employment in this state? Nothing much. What I heard, I'm not yet to confirm. Most of your MLAs and most of your ministers are flying in the choppers. They are not using the roads. That is why the roads are so pathetic. If you are governing class, if you are rich class, they start traveling by roads. Obviously, roads will become better. But our MP is continuously traveling by road. States where the leaders fly, the inequalities are high. Here, the rich are becoming richer, the poor are becoming poorer. Why? Because not much of economic structural changes happened here. So, I am finally trying to tell you that both the center and the state, they are trying to take advantage and mileage in only creating perceptions. But what is the real benefit that the people have got at the grassroots level? That is for the media friends to really do a study on that and publish that. What is the real income that people get here? Except for farming and agriculture based, there is no other source of income in most of the rural districts. So this is a very sensitive area which we will have to throw more light on, because economics is a boring subject. But it's a very essential subject. So I request the media friends to throw more light on the livelihood as problems of Nagaland, which are equally important as the political issue.
It is not directly created the problems with the state, but it is the issue between the center and the international. So we are fighting for it that it should not be affected the states of our unit. That is one. Secondly, this restricting of this free movement regime from 16 to 10 or maybe on 9, it has become a very serious and it is mostly implicating in our Naga society. Our Gonyak brothers and sisters, more than 100 villages are inside Myanmar. And then this side, now the amount of family members, father-in-law, sisters-in-law, all are related and they are staying with international artificial quartering areas. And Noglak, even Noglak also the Kimongans are more than those who are staying in Nagaland. There are more villages and towards the Burma side. Now all those are very serious issues. The government of India is also aware of the sentimental issues of our, especially in the northeast as well as for the Nagas. So they are giving a permit, and then this time they have met at the center for issuing of the pass and maintained by the Assam rebels. And then the very simple issue, 2 Nagaland police officials and some medical officers. And then remaining this Assam rebel is dealing with issuing the passports. But it is the issue of the Naga brothers, and it is a general issue that there should not be the international border wall between the brothers and sisters of the Nagas. And we are fighting for it. Definitely, central government will consider, and then our brothers and sisters also agitating in that where they were affected. So definitely, the voice will carry to the parliament, and then the central government will consider. We are trying our little best to serve the people by bringing back the Congress regime by 2028. But having said that, we also need to think how to bring back and what is the merit having in our hands to bring back the Congress regime again in our state. That is also one problem. So we said the Congress is a humble family. So when we start with a very humble family among the voters and the supporters, we decided not to play with the power games. Secondly, our agendas and manifestos should not be at face-wise, just for the face-watch manifestos to pull the public. But we want to go ahead. Yes, power is very important. Then to have the power and to deliver the goods to the people, we will go ahead with the humanity service. Then we have to go ahead with human resources. Then we have to go ahead with meeting with the grassroots people where our working president and the SSC in charge has went through meeting the grassroots peoples. And we are trying to collect what are the problems we are facing it. So the little things, it has to be started because Nagaland since 61, see, we are, after having the state, we are enjoying all the powers. Note our Congress also had a 15 years rule. So having all these experiences, we have decided, as I'm repeating again, we have decided to go as a humble Congress family. So when we say there is a humble Congress family, everything has to come under that banner. So even among the leaders, there won't be any crashes. There won't be any going against each others. But we'll see that the people's leader, the people's mandate leader we are going to select for the coming election also. So without having any partialities, we'll see the people's choice whether can be taken as confidently by the Congress High Command, and we are going to fight for 2028 elections. And I'm very much sure that now our Naga people wants a very humble, decent and truthful, simple ruling government. So we'll try to fulfill on that line.